What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing well. We're just gonna make a kind of brief video um, talking about this guy, Norvin Hobbs, who is now a pretty common presence on Politically Provoked. Just so they're kind of like aware of who he is, his history, and all this. I came across him years ago, actually, on the Luke Ford show, which was similar in some ways to Politically Provoked. I was rather shocked that I came across an individual who expressed the views that he does, even on that show. I'm sure a lot of people have a similar reaction to that. But, like on many YouTube channels, you follow people to their own individual shows. You kind of discover what their footprint is on the internet, what they do, what they're talking about, what they're advocating for. So he kind of doesn't wonder. He kind of wonders why people would go to a show where the host is talking about how much they hate them. But I think people do it because it's intriguing. But anyway, Norvin is a true blue, dyed-in-the-wool, hardcore activist who full-time white advocacy, which is also coincides with anti-Jewish, everything is a Jew's fault, got to get rid of them, etc., etc. He plays a variety of videos, which include advocating violence against Jews, non-whites, white exclusivity, etc. Started going on Luke's Ford show, and then, I don't know, he had some type of a YouTube presence which was banned. Then he started going out IRL where he lived, talking to people, having conversations, putting stickers. He was smart enough to put them like right where he lived, so they traced him back to where he lived, and he got chased out of town apparently. But this is all an effort for his full-time advocacy, which is small. Like, he's been deplatformed from YouTube basically, which shows you, I guess, the effect of deplatforming. He doesn't have a full-time YouTube or something like this. But I just think people should be aware of what he advocates for, which is pretty extreme on the mainstream channels, but is downright crazy when you look at his internet presence. So I'm going to attach a link in this video to him having an hours-long conversation advocating for the extermination of Jews and non-whites, I believe. Some of it is the guy he's talking, and this is the website that he links to. So he's linking to a website from Politically Provoked to something that's advocating for extermination, amongst other things. So while the show is entertaining and the debates are fun and it can be fun to explore ideas, this is really his main purpose here: recruitment. He's been kicked off YouTube. He's been publicly exposed in his own town doing IRL activities. So I would call Politically Provoked maybe like a medium-sized platform. For somebody like him who has no presence, this is what it offers. So I just think people should know who he is. It helps for the debates, because while it is a YouTube show, it's really indistinguishable from IRL because it's used for recruitment, it's used for organizing, etc., etc. The cast from Politically Provoked is kind of giving him a safe space to operate, but I think people that argue against him, he's kind of afraid to argue against me. I've done it in the past a little bit on his show and online, but people who are against it, most people are against exterminating fellow citizens, I would assume. So he should be challenged and forced to answer for his activities, I think. That's kind of the point of the show, right? Like, you can say what you believe, and you can chastise other people for what they say, what they advocate. for their activities. So I just think more information, more knowledge is a good thing. I'm going to attach that link. Just go to 2 hours and 38 minutes. And that's when he begins a really long conversation about his plans for extermination, his proposals for doing so. And when he talks about other people being subversive, bring up his own subversive activities. The fact that he doesn't like people being anti-white, but he's the one proposing extermination. He's the one demonizing other groups. He's the one who lives off the government. In fact, he's even said as much that they've defrauded the welfare system. Him or his mother. He said some such thing. I don't know. The problem is with his show, you can't put that shit on the internet, or it's so extreme, it gets nuked immediately. So I'll just have to link the discussion in the video. But that's about it. It's pretty shocking recording. Shocking and interesting. That people should be aware of, so they should listen. He has a whole bunch of other activities, but I like this recording because he pretty much spells it all out. It's like, yeah, he's done other things, but you can't look at everything he's done. Anyway, everyone have a good day.